Welcome everyone alive to my nest. Here's Nowhere, and today I'll show you how to reveal the protagonist in the demo of the upcoming game by Rusty Lake, Underground Blossom. There are several stages, and some of them aren't exactly for everyone. So if you want to skip them, or skip everything, feel free to pick a timecode in the description below. Except for the demo itself, obviously, you'll need two other games: Cube Escape The Cave and Cube Escape Birthday. Both are free on mobile, and both are sold together on Steam and itch.io under the title of Cube Escape Collection. Also, Rusty Lake Roots would somewhat do instead of Birthday, but take this option only if you don't mind a long story beforehand. So the key to the Underground Blossom protagonist is hidden in the last achievement of the cave. The story continues. Accessible right after you get into the submarine and requiring you to make several extra stops around the lake and to find the prize. If you want to skip this tedious part, feel free to go to this timecode. So, before taking this up anywhere, make sure you have charged the engine and entered the coordinates required for the normal progression of the game, because otherwise it's just unresponsive. Initially, you charge the engine by placing the green gem into the octagonal socket. The right coordinates are found by making simple calculations using the lake map and the hint you've got right next to it. Keep in mind that after reaching them and finding a cube, the engine runs out of energy, so you need to insert the cube to replenish it and also find the coordinates for the next one. Attention! The submarine will break upon reaching the final destination. If you don't wanna miss the achievement, your final call will be after inserting the blue cube. So the first three destinations to visit are the sites of Rusty Lake you may know from other games: the chapel, the cabin, and the hotel. All three are located on the surface, so I recommend you to ignore the coordinates you've just entered and instead visit these sites before your normal playthrough, in case you are making one. And also in this specific order, just to save time. Upon reaching each of them, look through the periscope and write down the coordinates you see. Each site will give you its own set, and you'll have to follow each one of them. The chapel will reveal the location of an inverted mermaid. When you reach the right place, you'll see her floating by the porthole with red circles. Look closely and write down the depth coordinates written on her hip. In the same manner, the y-coordinate is written on the tail of a big predatory fish, hinted at by the cabin. And the x-coordinate is on the eyelid of a giant underwater beast, residing at the coordinates provided by the hotel. Putting three coordinates together gives you x 11, y 5, and depth 30. There you find your prize. That's a crate with the word rat. To take the crate on board, you'll need to enter these letters into the dial of one of the contraptions nearby. The crate requires the code Dale's birthday. Here's a brief history lesson. Despite the crate being in the game from the start, the achievement in question wasn't. Originally, inside there was a link to a Google form related to a contest. Dale's birthday was, and still is, hidden in Rusty Lake Roots that came out just before the cave. The only hint to it was an obscure Dale's birthday Steam achievement. If you are smart enough, you can also locate the right Roots chapter by calculating the year of Dale's birth based on Cube Escape Birthday. Later on, when the contest was long expired, Rusty Lake updated the old Cube Escape games, replaced the contest with a teaser, and also added an extra hint in Cube Escape Birthday. Now, if you want to skip finding the code and see the crate's content, feel free to go to this timecode. In Birthday, you can get the date in the beginning right after the elevator sequence. Go check the mail, and you'll find a letter from Mr. Owl. The date you are looking for is written in the right top corner. And the year is easily calculated by subtracting Dale's current age, also revealed in the letter, from the current year, revealed in the memory beginning. In case you still wanna go through the lovely story of Roots, the chapter you are looking for is located on the branch to the left, close to its end. It's called The Stars. Right from the start, focus on the table and take some bird food. Put it in a feeder and open the window next to it. As soon as you defocus, Harvey will arrive and bring you a letter. Take it and give it to Frank, otherwise you won't be able to proceed. Then click on the parrot until it's gone, and you'll see the date of Dale's birthday scribbled on the window. So the date is 18 December 1930. The devs are Europeans, so you need to enter the dates by European standards. 18, 12, 30. The day first here. The crate will open and reveal the envelope filled with different items in one way or another related to Underground Blossom. The item we are looking for is a subway ticket with numbers and Reopt Most written on it. The numbers are actually the code we need to use in the demo. If you want to skip the rest and see the protagonist reveal, here's another timecode. For those who stayed, here's how to get it. When you reach the second chapter of the demo, you'll find a case on a bench next to the gentleman asking for news. You know what to do. Open the case using the code and you'll get a camera. The photo from the teaser crate implies that we need to give it to Laura. But not before you give her a candy and play hide-and-seek with her. She'll take several photos of you and give you the film roll you need to develop. You'll need to finish the stained glass puzzle. Get a handle and open the kiosk where the development is done. The whispering guy will ask you to put the roll into the bin and come back in 20 minutes. Do as he said, but instead of waiting, move the hands of the station clock. When I'm recording, it doesn't have to be 20 minutes. It can be less. When you are back, you'll see an envelope in the bin. Inside you find the photos made by Laura. These are nowhere near the professional, but will do. We have Rose, our legs, and our obscure head. The profile is familiar though. It's Harvey, the anthropomorphic form of the parrot we know and love. But don't get overly excited. That doesn't mean this form of Harvey has actually returned. Lore-wise, this still makes no sense. Harvey died in this form long before Laura's birth, which can be seen in a secret scene of birthday. It's easy to miss, but Miss Rowell was actually T-posing over Harvey's corpse and made the light beam strike it. So Harvey's reborn as a normal bird, according to Samsara Wheels in Theater and the Cave. I think his appearance like that in Underground Blossom is due to the symbolic nature of the game, as well as the player's comfort. Playing as a small creature in a big environment isn't very easy, you know. Well, maybe I'm wrong, and one day we'll get some new evidence. But it's hard to beat the Samsara Wheels in my opinion. For now, it seems only Harvey deliberately changing his form on screen would convince me. So, thanks for watching, subscribe not to miss my upcoming videos. We can discuss lore together in the comment section, Rusty Lake subreddit and Rusty Lake Discord. Just write your theory or question and I'll be there. Here was Now Here, and remember, question everything in Rusty Lake.